You're watching 13 on Your Side Mornings.
Well, it is another big week for Michigan small businesses, particularly bars and restaurants. We're joined now live by Brian Calley. He's the president of Michigan Small Business Association. Good morning, Brian. And owners we've spoke to say this reopening is a little bittersweet. Do you have any insight as to how most of your members are feeling this morning?
Well, I think bittersweet is a good description. It's the idea of being relieved, being able to open up today, really excited, really determined and focused to make it work, but also concerned that 25% is not going to be enough to survive. And so we're hopeful that this 25% is a step on the way to 50%. Perhaps at the end of this epidemic order, which ends on the 21st of February.
Now, Brian, your organization has expressed support for the $3.5 billion recovery plan introduced by House Republicans. What are you specifically looking for in a recovery plan?
Well, from the state, we want to see the Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund. We want to see that supported directly so that the fraud costs are not charged back to employers. It's not their fault that fraudulent claims were paid out of that fund. And also we want to see some help with things like property taxes and also for bars and restaurants for their health department and liquor license fees. You know, they were closed so much of last year. We think it's only fair that the liquor license and health inspection fees be paid.
Now, Brian, we know that you've been plugged into the vaccination efforts in Michigan, being a member of that special committee to promote vaccines. How have you felt about the process so far?
Well, it got off to a slow start. Over the last few weeks, we've seen things really start to accelerate. And that acceleration happened when the process simplified, when it went to really more of an age-based approach to say, okay, we're going to put the people that have the highest mortality rates with this virus first, and just simplify it in that way, and then adding certain professions like teachers and frontline workers and healthcare workers. And it seems to be working. Michigan is now averaging over 34,000 vaccines a day, but we know that that's not enough. And I'm looking forward to seeing that number go up to 50,000 a day over the course of the next month, and perhaps higher than that later.
Brian Calley, head of the Small Business Association. Thank you so much, Brian.